Dude, you're good. Dude, oh, you're good. We all have mistakes when we first start the things. Dude, you sound like 8 plus. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, there we go. No, I'm just stupid. Hold on. Oh, there we go. No, I'm just stupid. Okay, alright, I got it. No more technical difficulties. My mic is being received. All is well. Yeehaw. Why did it do that? That's very strange. Okay. We're live. We're here. Everyone's having technical difficulties. You lost the your wife's fucking mic died because
Okay.
the computer fucking gobbled it up, eh?
Dude, I don't even know what happened.
Oh,
It was just like, I don't know.
I saw the screenshot. I'm like, what is going on with like, like I thought like the mic was just, you're just plugging it in and out and it was just not working, but
Dude, like I literally like, you know how that you're supposed to like connect it? I literally like, I guess I yanked it too hard and the whole thing hit. It's like, yo, what the hell did I do?
Right. Okay, well, that's all sorted away. We're live. I don't know what we're calling this podcast. I've just call it a podcast for now, and we've got a bunch of stream topics that I can put into the humana stream scroll texty thing. I don't know what you want to start with. Should we also introduce ourselves, even though like no one knows us?
Well, basically, I'm gonna just go by Letty Via.
Okay.
Letty, because that's my YouTube name.
Right.
I don't like having my actual name.
Yes, of course. We're all about anonymity here, because I don't want anyone getting doxxed, ideally.
Here you on that. And for you?
I'll just go with Lobster. Let's just go with Lobster. It's nice and easy.
You have quite the nicknames. I'll give you that. I like it.
I've been sticking with Lobster for like a long time, and I'm like, yeah, like it's always some version of Lobster where it used to be like, okay, on League of Legends, my old username was like an ethnicity that normally I would like mention it fairly freely, but I feel like it's a little sensitive to use in current times, so I'm just gonna not say it.
like how, let me just say it now, like how Rich Brian used to be Rich Chiga.
Yes, or no, like see, no, it's not even offensive. It's literally just like you know, here I'll just if my name was British Lobster, it's fine. It's another country that's involved in, you know, we'll just not touch that. You know, we've agreed to this.
I know.
I
get it.
It's fine. Like you know, a few years ago, completely harmless. Right now, a little sensitive. But anyways, yeah. So we have Lobster, we have Letty Villa. We're here doing a podcast about like a bunch of topics that you have on this list here.
Sir. So,
Where do you want to start?
honestly, sorry.
Don't worry, man. Take your time.
I was watching the Super Bowl, honestly, actually, last week. Let me just say this now.
Yeah, go
I was thinking about it, and I was like, this is basically modern day gladiators. Like, how far have we really gone?
Just in terms of like, just watching people like get concussions on screen. It's like, yeah.
Dude, right? And I'm just like,
It's certainly something. I can at least say from being up here, the obsession with the Super Bowl is limited to like I don't know. It kind of depends on the groups you associate with, but at least like I don't know, within my like immediate social group, most people don't really care for football. And then the next immediate thing would be hockey. But I feel like hockey is actually kind of in the same sense because it gets really brutal, you know?
Dude, they start like chugging, fucking throwing their bodies at each other and everything. I'm just like, what?
It's like I get the vibes and all that, but man, like
apparently back then gladiators, it wasn't always about killing each other because I mean it happened, yes, but that happened in football too. But they're for entertainment, and they had their superstars,
right? And
you could like do your bets on them. They were basically like, I guess, how WWE is nowadays. That's how it was for gladiators.
I guess that makes sense. Generally, if people die, it's a little less productive for the sport.
Yeah, right. Imagine it's like, oh, my hero just died.
Yeah. It's...
Okay. Whoever for now.
Time to find another one and spend I don't know how many years training them up to maybe die a little less in the next fight.
Into a lion or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or sorry, you go first.
I was just thinking like how sports have definitely not really evolved since ancient times. That's like
I think like we've gotten better like protective equipment wise, but I mean the same sense of like yeah, some of these sports are generally just glorified violence. And you know, it's like I have to admit I'm guilty of it. I watch UFC, I watch boxing, I love Muay Thai. Although I've stopped Muay Thai because I got 2 concussions. So
bro, it happens to everybody. But yeah, UFC is definitely like that's like super gladiator. People want to see each other die.
No, for sure. Just like there's okay. I'm trying to remember what it was called. It's so my a few of my friends that are like really into just I guess blood sports, if you will, are combatives. There's this like really like I don't want to say like niche fringe like fighting club, but like what is it called? It's like Fight Night or something. And they the last one, it got hosted on like a literal like adult campsite.
What? Can they not host it anywhere else?
Because like it's borderline like batshit crazy. They'll do I think the most like are you familiar with like what Lethway is?
No.
So like it's Muay Thai, but headbutts are allowed. It's basically that. And what they had done at one of their like batshit crazy fights was 60-second rounds of Lethway in a phone booth. And it was just two. So like, and specifically they got 2 female fighters for this, and it was just 2 female fighters just swinging like elbows and knees at each other, and then it's like super enclosed fucking phone booth. And I was like, people were it looked brutal. I'm like, I'm not paying to watch this, but Jesus Christ, guys.
That's it, dude. People actually pay for that. It's
like, They like I think the one that really got them hooked was they did I don't know, it's one of their more famous fights where they had like a Muay Thai guy versus like a Kyokushin like karate guy. And so basically the stipulation was the fight was only kicks. They had to beat each other solely through just kicks.
Dude,
it was the karate guy actually like kicked ass. Like he really just pushed the shit in on the Muay Thai dude. I'm like, oh, this is kind of humiliating to watch, but you know what? It's entertaining, I guess.
There's a certain point where I'm just kind of like, these dudes are just killing each other. It's not really entertaining.
Yeah. I mean, at least for the kicking one, it was mostly body shots. So like, that's like, I feel like it's a little better than irreparable like brain trauma.
Oh, dude. Get that TBI up there.
Yeah. I love it.
You reminded me too. Actually, I think it's a Russian thing where dudes they get actually dressed up in night art.
Oh yeah, I've seen clips of it. That looks okay. Just from like the fucking kid in me, it's like that looks really fucking sick. But also like I really don't like the idea of like a metal helmet being caved in on my skull.
Yeah, I've already read about like several dudes have gotten like permanent TBI damage from stuff like that. Because, like, as you said, the shields would hit their head, and you know how that must feel.
Yeah, it's like at least like what, like enough. There's enough mass and force behind that. That's you're not coming out the same way.
Oh yeah, that's. Whew, I don't know how people can do that.
Listen, so some cultures, and all cultures are probably guilty of enjoying a bit of combat sports in it. Some more than others.
Oh yeah, I can imagine that. Speaking of that, on cultures, all right, what's it called? What's that? The battle royale? You remember how that was like a big thing with like manga, anime, and like what was it, like the Hunger Games type stuff?
Yeah. Like after the Hunger Games, like the whole battle royale genre kind of blew up in like mainstream media.
Yeah, apparently, I don't know if I haven't kept up with it, but. There was a Russian show was basically a real life Hunger Games. They set these dudes in the Siberian forest.
Oh god, what the
and for like 100 days or something like that, they gotta survive and they're allowed to kill each other. I've not kept up with it though, so I don't know what happened.
Like the survival part is like, oh okay, it's like I don't know, like Survival Man or like those other like weird like survival shows that I admit I also enjoyed as a kid. And then the killing part is like, okay, yeah, that's
Right, I'm just like, dude, what? I was like, who would do this? But
I also feel like it's almost like, how do I say it? I feel like there's a certain point though where like I would hope that the competitors kind of just realize like, if we just work together, we'll probably just have a better chance surviving. Like I assume it's just wilderness survival. There's no, hopefully scoring and trying to kill each other. I hope.
But the thing is, it's the last man to win.
Oh, okay.
$1 million.
All right, yeah, okay. Then that ruins the whole. Let's just survive together. Let's just not kill each other.
I think the premise is they basically want each other to die.
Okay. Woo. Well, you know what? It's a choice that people made. I hope. I hope no one was forced into it. And I wish them well.
Yeah, but I haven't kept up with it. It's been like a year or two since the show premiered, so I don't know what actually happened. But that was kind of like, oh.
I mean, I don't know if I would get, like, I feel like it's one of those things you'd search up like just from like like every like 3 months. So I was like, oh okay, cool, that's interesting, and then just kind of forget about it because like,
right, you're just kind of like, hopefully no one died. Did anyone die?
Yeah, it's like best not get too attached.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. What else do we have on this list? Unless you have another segue you're thinking of going into.
Oh, dude. Sorry, I was just thinking about this stuff. I was
honestly, like, okay, like, speaking from battle royales, like, strictly from like a game perspective. I don't know. There's probably some like, someone can do some like really weird, deep, niche cultural analysis about it, and just say like, I don't know, battle royales are like the commodification of like the blood in a hyper capitalistic setting. I'm speaking words in my mouth. I don't know what I'm saying, but I want to personally say I'm glad we've moved on from the oversaturation of really crappy battle royales.
I mean, we still have them though. Like, I mean, to be honest,
we do. But here, you go first.
We're still stuck with Fortnite and like.
Okay. Yes.
PUBG.
Those ones exist, and I think like by merit of them being the larger names, they'll be around for a while. But in the very least, like personally, while I dislike Fortnite, and I unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, I got sucked into Apex like a few months ago.
Never played it.
But like the ones that are still around, or at least like I guess mainstream popular, and I will say for Apex especially, they're at least like well polished games. Compared to like, I don't know, like I'm gonna shit on PUBG, I guess. PUBG just kind of looked like a really shitty Arma clone with like physics and all that.
It really does, but at least you can drive in it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, hey, you can drive in. Yeah, wait, hold on. There's vehicles in Apex too, and Warzone. And now, okay, there's vehicles now in Fortnite, but I haven't followed Fortnite because I'm like, yeah, I played it for a bit. It was fun with friends, but then past it was like, yeah, not my deal.
It's not really a good fun solo experience.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, funny enough, well, I won't disclose names. One of my friends, like way back from high school and all that, and like we all went to the same university too. He's like a semi-pro Fortnite player, actually.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like, I was like, he used to stream on Twitch. He's more on YouTube now and all that. And he does like at this point I think he's doing like some like very like part-time coaching for like some pros and all that. And like, you know, good on him. And like watching him play Fortnite is like, you were doing some of the craziest shit with the building, and I don't understand it. I'll respect the skill behind it. Still not my cup of tea, but hey,
you gotta respect their
the grind.
Yeah, respect the grind. Yeah, damn, I can't even think of the word.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know what? He started streaming like a while ago, and he's definitely built up his follower base. So I can respect him for putting in that work.
Oh yeah, and then there's another battle royale that everybody plays nowadays. As you can know, it's affiliated with the series that everybody have always played called Warzone.
Yeah. So have you played Warzone by chance?
I've played like 2 or 3 matches. I didn't like it.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair. I played like a bit for like over the span of a month with like a friend. I definitely didn't play solo though, because yeah, I don't know. Like for me, like battle royales, they just don't like. Maybe I'm just like a casual gamer when it comes to battle royales, but it's definitely like not as fun when you're playing solo because it feels so sweaty too.
Yeah, you're always on the lookout and always on the alert.
Yeah, I don't know. I could just rag on about like just the completely subjective opinion of like Warzone. They just took the COD formula and then just applied it to a battle royale, and it was very like, it's well polished, but it's not particularly innovative. So I'm like, yeah, like it's. Sorry, you go.
It's literally just free for all and like a huge map.
Yeah, just a larger map, and that's really it. Like I can only say like the only reason, like, and you know, maybe it's because the friends I play with Apex are at least like maybe a little more fun. I'm not ragging my Warzone friends. But what is it? Like I'm not sure if you're aware, but so the devs of like Titanfall and then Titanfall 2 and then I think to a certain degree Apex, but I could be wrong, actually came from Modern Warfare 2.
They did?
Yeah, which is why, in my opinion, I think you can see this as well. The reason why Modern Warfare 3 was kind of like just recycled the garbage, if you will, is because the core devs for Modern Warfare 2 left because Activision, and especially the fucking CEO Bobby Kotick, more or less treated them like shit and wasn't giving them the proper pay they deserved. So they went on and said, "Fuck you, we're making a game. It's gonna be called Titanfall, and it's gonna kick ass."
And it did. There's a second.
It did, yeah. And like I think just for me, like, so I didn't get into Titanfall, but I got into Titanfall 2, and like the fucking movement, the gunplay in that game is so fucking it's amazing. And then yeah, no, it's great. And then at least for Apex, while I'm a little sad, like the movement system isn't as fun, which I get why, because they had to slow down the pace of the gameplay. They at least kept the really good feel of the guns, and I feel like the devs from Modern Warfare 2, I don't know which devs specifically, but I feel like they had like, they were on the knife's edge, or like they were on the pulse when it came to like kind of understanding how good guns could feel in a game. So yeah, Apex, great game.
Oh man.
This is not a sponsor. I'm not sponsored by Respawn. I would like the money though if they want to sponsor me, but unlikely.
Jesus. Yeah, want to be the poster child for the game series?
We are corporate shilling here, even though maybe we shouldn't corporate shill.
On the topic of corporates and Activision, how do you think Activision is going to be now? They're getting bought out.
It is. Oh man, when I first heard of it on Twitter, or just like yeah, my game dev Twitter space is a wretched wasteland of some of the most hot takes on the internet. Okay, so it's not that bad, but actually no, it's pretty fucking bad sometimes. I can't fucking lie. I hate my Twitter fucking the algorithm where I'm stuck in this like this chamber of like this what is it, cognitive dissonating thoughts.
In a bitch.
But yeah, like It's definitely really interesting because we already know that Microsoft kind of has their own monopoly over the Xbox, but Microsoft and Xbox specifically, it's only like it's obviously not the whole company. It's a significant portion, but it's not their whole bread and butter. And the acquisition of Activision Blizzard is an interesting move that really pads their portfolio.
I think they're going to start to focus more on PC gaming and Xbox. In my opinion, because I mean, look at what they had in Activision Blizzard. But the thing is, how are they going to be able to repair like failing series? A failing series such as Warcraft or Diablo or Overwatch. You know?
I mean, so we have Diablo 4 is still coming out, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Diablo 4 is still coming out.
Okay, yeah. So admittedly, so yeah, the only Blizzard games that I really got into was fucking StarCraft. That's how you and I met. Fucking blessed to StarCraft 2 days. Ooh, that's a fucking nostalgia trip there. And then Overwatch for I don't know. I played Overwatch for about a year or so, when it first released. And I can't. Okay, so I can't. StarCraft is dead. That's not coming back from the grave. I think we're all aware of that.
You never know. Microsoft revived Age of Empires.
You know, fair. If I see a StarCraft 3, I will be very happy, but I also be very skeptical because they definitely ended off the series on I'd say a satisfactory enough note to kind of just I guess give it the boot and no longer revive it. Whereas everything else seems to have a fairly I don't want to say healthy fan base. I don't want to say community, yeah, because I think near the tail end of StarCraft, there's definitely things are just fizzling out, eh?
Oh yeah, I to be honest, StarCraft lore, they can just do it. Disney did with Star Wars and be like, hey, this wasn't canon. We're gonna start off with Greed War now, which would be pretty nice, but you know how it is.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Then you gotta hire a whole team to kind of reboot everything. I mean, with regards to in the same vein of when you say Warcraft, do you specifically mean the Warcraft RTS, or do you mean the entire? Okay, hold on, I'm getting Warcraft. If I recall correctly, is the RTS version of World of Warcraft, right? Am I getting that right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, good. I'm not that out of the loop. To my knowledge, I know that Warcraft is otherwise off the table. I don't know, RTSs and all that. But I know World of Warcraft is at least still fairly popular, I think.
Woo! A lot of people have been having a max Exodus, basically, and going to Final Fantasy and Guild Wars. It's not looking pretty good for World of Warcraft.
Okay. Right now. That I wasn't aware of, but I mean also a bunch of people did express just the shit show that was ongoing at Activision. I mean it's still ongoing, and it's the money from Microsoft. I don't know if it'll make it better. I hope it will, but.
Smart move they could do, I know this is just me being nostalgic, is to fix what they did with Warcraft 3 and make it the old way again. And then because Warcraft franchise definitely has a really big fan base, and I would hope they know what they can do with a fan base like that with money on it. But you never know.
I mean, nostalgia is I'll just say it's a commodity, or it is definitely something that as long as I don't know, the big wig execs have their minds tapped into the audience, it can you can milk that shit for money for days. Although I think it kind of depends too, because the biggest example of I think a company that really knows how to milk nostalgia, and I don't want to say this in a disparaging way, but I will be. It will sound disparaging. Is just Nintendo and Pokemon, because
Oh Lord.
like yeah, they have gotten like all the kids, including me, that played that shit like early 2000s, like late 90s or whatever the hell. You know, we're all kids back then. We bought like a bit of like Pokemon merchandise and games whenever our parents would let us, and then 20 years later, we're now grown adults. We have jobs, and Pokemon's like, or Nintendo's like, you want to buy a Switch? You want to buy the new Pokemon game? You want to buy a bunch of fucking merch? And it's all here. You got money now.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, and like that's and in this, so like looking on the Warcraft, like I guess community, and again, I could be wrong here because I know some people have been playing Warcraft like way before our time. I don't know, like is the nostalgia window for them like missed? Like I'm curious on your opinion on that.
Oh, dude. They ruined so much of the lore right now that I don't know if it can be saved. And for the MMO at least, for the RTS, they could like continue from where the RTS ended. But like, lore-wise, it's like so like I don't know, like everything that happened in Warcraft 3 is now like I guess it feels like non-canon because like spoilers ahead. Remember how like you played Warcraft 3, right?
I have not played any Warcraft. I also am not. I don't care for the spoilers. Just lay it on me. Lay it on me. Enlighten me.
Basically, these demons called the Burning Legion. They threw basically a spirit in a helmet with a sword into like this icy region of the world, and that from there that dude created like the undead. But in the World of Warcraft recent expansion Shadowlands, apparently it wasn't the demons, it was people in the afterlife who somehow, I guess, how do I even explain it? They said they made it and gave it to, and then like some demons stole it from the afterlife people, and then like the people that stole it from the afterlife people were actually part of the afterlife people. It's just like a whole lot of loopholes and like really bad lore.
It sounds convoluted, but I think I can understand what you're getting at. Like, just like
it's a whole lot of
evils, if you will.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of just throwing random shit just to throw it in. Like, I guess they do it to make like cool looking dungeons and shit, but like it's not really helping anything. That's my take on it.
That's fair. Hey, you know what? I mean, like, you know what? Like, whenever series like throw you through just like the loop around, I always like I don't know about you. Like at least like I don't know. Did you feel that some of it felt like excessive in a way, that they were just doing it for the shock value rather than for like I don't know, actual like proper narrative buildup? Which I mean, like, I don't know, shock value has some merit. But...
Yes, literally, dude. Like you could literally tell from miles away what was gonna happen. And they just did it. And they can have like a cool fucking raider dungeon or NPCs, and I'm just like, why the fuck would I want that? I want some fucking lore.
Well, we can hope with Microsoft pumping more money into them that, you know, maybe Warcraft will come back. And maybe, I don't know, at least as like, I don't know, as a person that's trying to like break it into the industry and may or may not end up in like AAA, please just stop touching people. Stop touching people without their consent. It's just, what the fuck, guys?
Oh my god. My thing is though, about like the nostalgia thing, which I'm hoping they do, is because they did the nostalgia thing with Age of Empires 2 and 3 and finally 4, which is why I'm like, hey, maybe they might, you know, be like, oh hey, we can just, you know, revive these series.
Right, that's fair. I mean, hey, you know what, if they're selling well, there's probably a precedent for it then. I have no idea if they're selling well, because admittedly, like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like, whenever there are the few times you mentioned to me about like RTSs, and I'm also like just super drained from work. My brain's like, dude, I don't even follow RTSs anymore. The Age of Empires, World of Warcraft, Starcraft, they're all the same to me now. What's going on?
Well, dude, there's not that many RTS games anymore. I hope they're making a comeback. I really hope.
I guess yeah, as a genre, they definitely kind of like just kind of faded, like not into obscurity, but they're definitely like not as popular right now. I'm a little curious if it might be because like I don't know. This is gonna be like a very like poor generalistic statement, but what is it? I don't want to say shooters are all the rage now because all the kids slash like youngins that don't have an attention span and all that. But I feel like I'm going to start with this. It's not about ADHD. I mean, like that could be part of it, but it's more like I think a lot of the shooter game and a lot of the battle royales actually, there's a very like low barrier for entry because one, not only are they free, but in terms of the mechanics, most people generally understand how a shooter works.
Yes.
I feel like with the RTSs, the issue, like at least for me, I'm garbage at fucking RTSs. Like this, I remember trying to play like whatever fucking ranked in StarCraft was called. I feel like it was called ranked or something. And it was just Terrans, Marines, Medic, Marauders. I have no other strategy beyond that. I am stupid as hell, and I can't even like micro macro to like save my life. So I'm like, fuck it. I don't know. I always felt intimidated, especially like, just as a kid, and like just trying to play against other people. It was like, I'd rather not. It's not my cup of tea. But yeah, just barrier for entry, and then just like learning curve, because I feel like RTSs, they have like a learning curve that for a lot of people, if they're not willing to get past like I want to say the initial bump or even just the overall learning curve to start feeling like a master, they'll just like default to something like Apex is more fun even if the learning curve isn't as high, which I feel is kind of dependent on the actual game mechanics. But anyways, I was curious in your thoughts on that.
Yes, there's actually a really big learning curve in RTS because like, dude, I used to play all the strategy games in the world, but I always suck ass even against like easy AI in the games, which is why I can see what you're saying. And shooting games, all you gotta do is click a few buttons. Do I to cover, run. Like
at least, like I don't know, as a person that fucking like you tune into my fucking Beat Saber streams at least once. I think like Beat Saber is nice in the sense that like it actually has like a fairly high learning curve, and the learning curve only gets higher because with every passing moment, the fucking community of modders and mappers are like, yes, how do I induce like early carpal tunnel to anybody that plays this game? They just make it worse and more fun every year. The game gets harder because the community just figures out how to make maps more difficult. But at least like so, despite the exponential learning curve, the initial like learning curve itself is fairly like easy. Like I don't know, I started off like, oh, do we have another? I thought I heard another voice. I'm hearing things. Okay, apologies. Actually, wait. Are the other two joining us soon? Yes. No. Maybe.
Yes, they should be.
Okay. Awesome. But yeah, like just on the note of Beat Saber, like, I just feel like I don't know. Beat Saber like has like this. It's not even deceptive. Like it is an easier barrier for entry. It's literally just hit blocks. You have two hands, go caveman style, and for the most part, like from easy to normal to hard to expert plus, it feels mostly manageable. I say. I say this with I have fucking nerve damage from Beat Saber, so maybe I'm a liar.
I feel you on that. In games like that too, where like steep learning curve, but like it's not like a strategy game where you're always trying to fucking figure out what the fuck you're doing. Like,
yeah. Like I feel like too, like I think at least with regards to like Beat Saber or even Apex actually, the games themselves, like if you will, so like I don't know, in Beat Saber, like I'll just say an individual game or an individual song is like 5 minutes at worst. An Apex round, like at its longest, might be 40 minutes. I've never seen them go beyond that, at least in a casual setting. I feel like with like StarCraft or just RTSs, I could be wrong. I'm only saying this just from the experience of StarCraft. Yes, a game could end in like sub 10 minutes. But those weren't very often, and more often the games would at least take like, I don't know, 30 minutes about and plus.
Oh, dude, I've seen matches last like 3 hours.
Yeah. So it's kind of like you spend so much time in a match, and like with Apex and Beat Saber and games that have like smaller like rounds, if you will, it's kind of easier to step in and out, and then also to kind of incrementally see where you increase. Whereas like with a 3 hour long fucking game, holy shit, I think I would just be burned out like the first hour, and it's like I just want to end this game.
Oh, I feel you on that, dude.
Yeah, so like I don't know, I feel like I feel like it just lends more to like being able to iterate on something much better and see your mistakes. Whereas like you can't do that when your games are 3 hours long.
Most definitely not. Oh, dude, you gotta be like, oh shit, I fucked up. 3 hours later. Yeah, I fucking lost.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like who knows? Maybe the next generation of gamers will have like a longer attention span than at least me, and maybe they'll appreciate RTS more. But
well, the thing that people love about strategy games is like the modding side of it. That's what's always, I think, in my opinion, is what kept the community is always up. Because like not everyone's gonna be good at it. Like I'm definitely not good at strategy games.
Yeah.
I'm not one of these dudes that can like type 300 words in a minute. That's my take on it. Like the modding is what keeps strategy gaming alive.
I mean, that's kind of interesting though, in a sense, because like then if you think about it, like, because like yeah, the only thing that kept me around for StarCraft was like literally the fucking like was it called the arcade? I don't remember. It was like just all the modded shit, like, you know, the Cortex, the roleplay shit, the Rainer's Party, and all that. Oh man, fuck.
Oh yeah, Mafia.
Oh yeah, fucking Mafia. Holy shit. Oh man, that was great. It was stuff like that. Like yeah, it was very like I don't know. It was despite StarCraft being an RTS game, the fucking modded community was like its own kind of like community that like, you know, you didn't even have to be good at RTS, you just had to fucking play the game. Yeah, oh man, that's because then I think like I guess with like now that we've moved past that, like in a way, a lot of those games right now are like almost, at least some of them are their own games in their own right. Like at least for Mafia, like I think that was actually based off like Town of Salem or whatever the hell it's called, and then that's based off.
Yeah,
like,
it's based on those type of things, like Among Us or whatever.
Yeah. And then, like I don't know, like Rainer's Party was just I guess like Jackbox is probably like the closest analog, I think, but it's not even the same because I think. I don't know. Rainer's Party was like, you know, what am I saying? Rainer's Party is just fucking Mario Party, but just fucking in StarCraft. What am I saying?
It really was, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, actually, okay. On an onslaught, you know what I really miss from the fucking arcade?
What's up?
Fucking Running Run. I don't know if you played it though.
Rounding Run?
Yeah. So like basically, if I remember correctly, basically it was like a spiral maze, and you were it was like spiraling inwards, and you had to make your way inwards while avoiding like obstacles and all that. And you could like choose between like a Baneling, a Zergling, a Hydralisk, and an Ultralisk. Yeah. I don't know if you remember that. Sorry.
Was it in first person view?
No, it was still like within the StarCraft like modded community. It was basically from the same perspective as like normal RTS and all that. You would just be like rapidly pressing right click to like constantly like, you know, fucking like adjust your movements and all that.
I think I played that.
There was a first person mode though. I think that was added as like a feature in like the later versions, but I mean, aside from that, yeah, I don't know, that shit, like that was one of like my favorite like fucking like if you will, a Mario Party game plus.
Dude, that's why I love modding communities. They always know what to add.
There was also, did you ever play what was it? I think it was Grocery Store Wars.
Which one was that?
It was basically like it was literally you and like I don't know, a bunch of other players. You had to go inside this grocery store and just trash fucking everything. And as you progressively trashed more and more, they would start sending like the police, SWAT, army, the Galactic UN at some point. And yeah, sorry, you go first.
It's like cops and robbers. I was thinking about it.
It was cops and robbers, except it was just robbers. Like it was just you and other players just smashing the shit out of this fucking grocery store. Like the writing was just fucking comedic. I loved it. Yeah, I don't know. Oh fuck, man. I almost want to reinstall StarCraft 2 just to fucking put those on, but I don't remember a fucking Blizzard account anymore. So.
Dude, I honestly forgot my account too. It's okay.
Oh man, just remembering passwords at this point, pain in the ass.
This is why you always write your passwords down, not on your phone.
Yeah, I wouldn't use my phone personally because I'm like, ooh, you know, that's too dicey for me. But I have been using, you know, honestly, I've been using a password manager as of recent, like I don't know, the past like half year now, and it's spoiled me in all the wrong ways. / because I'm not using it the right way, but. Essentially my password manager is only on like one device, And if I don't have that device, as in like I'm working out of town, I'm fucked. I am fucked because I can't remember any of my passwords. And I'm in this awkward scenario of like having to like hit the recovery email for like 5 different like work accounts. I'm like, shit.
Oh, dude, I ain't doing that. I have like 3, 4, 5 notebooks with like all different types of random passwords for stuff. And I'm like, sometimes I'm like looking through it like a madman, like flipping pages trying to find specific.
Oh no, oh man, password managers and all that. Like, I feel like, you know, as a kid, it was fine to remember your passwords because you were always like inputting them constantly. And now I'm like, dude, I've got too many things in my head right now. I couldn't even remember if I used this password last week, last year, the last time I had breakfast.
You're like, wait, was this the password for my bank?
Yeah. I'm really hoping to not run into like one day, like I'll go, like I don't know, like let's say I go to my fucking bank and then I just forget I just start like punching in all the wrong pins too, and I'm like, I'm definitely the person who owns this account. Please don't arrest me.
Right. Photo ID me.
Yeah, please. Just I swear I'm just very forgetful.
I have lapses in judgment.
Yeah. All right. What else do we have on this list? I see zombies. Do we want to go about zombies?
Yeah, sure. The fascination of zombie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's a big one. Holy shit.
I mean, wait, like, okay. I don't know. Tell me about your experience, and I don't know if you're also like fascinated with zombies.
I mean, I used to be when I was like in middle school and high school.
Same. Fucking same, man.
I remember getting, what was it, the Zombie Survival Guide by Max Brooks.
I was literally just pulling that off my bookshelf right now.
Oh my God. Dude, it was stuff like in The Walking Dead when it was like comic annotated.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that was. Whew. I've got like, okay, I've got a fucking bone to pick, because you know what, and I feel like you can back me up on this too. I remember as a kid reading the fucking Zombie Survival Guide, which like my friend gifted to me. They mentioned something about like, oh, like picking like personal weapons and all that, and like the guy fucking Brooks went to such huge like, you know, lengths to disparage like the M16 and say that it constantly fucking jammed and was like, you know, a weapon that, you know, was just very fragile. And I think you and I can at least attest that the M16 is not, you know, a fucking plastic little like, you know, toy that will just break and jam constantly.
I think Max Brooks only said that because, in my opinion, I don't know if he ever like fired guns or anything. In my opinion, I think he got all that from those tales and fabrications of legends that back in Vietnam when everyone
where it was marketed as a self-cleaning rifle, which I think we all know today is fucking nonsense.
Oh yeah. Everyone started jamming their weapon because they know.
Yeah, because wow, you know, if you clean your fucking weapons, they'll actually fucking work.
Yes, that's my take on it.
Yeah, no, I really think that's it. Because then, like, I don't know, like, just going into like the whole like, just the AKs, like, you know, just a more reliable, robust weapon. And while I personally have not had, okay, I've shot an SKS, but that's like the extent of it, and like a VZ 58, but like not an AK. From what I know from the people that have at least experience with it, you can't hit like the large side of a barn past 300 meters on that.
Okay, for me, AKs and M16s and like M4s, they're all like pretty easy to disassemble, reassemble, function check, whatever. Firing wise, M16 and M4 kind of wins because like AK is more like spray and pray type of deal.
Yeah, like it wobbles when you're fucking shooting, right? Because of the very loose tolerances.
Yeah, but it can last through anything. So anywhere in tear, you shoot.
I mean, actually, hold on. Have you seen? I feel like because I mentioned fucking Steve 1989. God bless his soul. But do you also watch Forgotten Weapons, Gun Jesus?
I've seen some of the episodes. I haven't entirely scrolled through.
Okay. I don't know, whenever he pops up every now and then, like, I watch him, but like he did they actually did like they call it their World War I mud test, but they literally have like a wheelbarrow of like just mud sludge, and they just cake it on a gun, just to kind of you know, see if it'll function properly. And they did the classic, you know, AK versus M16, and surprisingly, or I guess not surprisingly, the M16, provided it has its fucking dust cover on, functions just fine, whereas the AK with that kind of like loose like safety dust cover tolerance and all that, and the fact that like you can't really, if the safety's off and you're fucking like covering in mud, mud gets in the bolt, all that, and then failure to cycle, kind of that jazz. So I don't know, I found it interesting. It kind of almost disproved the myth. I mean, like shoveling sludge onto a gun versus actually, I don't know, dragging it through like a trench and hugging it is probably a little bit different, but it's kind of interesting just seeing that. So,
I mean, yeah, I can actually see that happening because I have to cross rivers and shit, and sometimes like you can't put your hands over your head because like the rug's like really dragging you down.
Yeah,
like, it still worked for me. Pretty reliable, in my opinion.
Yeah, I have very, very limited experience. Like, okay, yeah, well, like at least up here, the fucking M16, we call it like the C7, because I don't know. Apparently, when we ordered M16s, we're like, oh, we want to be a little special. We'll have some. I think like at least from what I know, the difference between like the C7 and the M16 is that we asked for like a heavier barrel, and then I think that's it. I really think that's it. And then also like I don't know, at least what? You guys have ACOGs, I think, or is that just the Marines?
We have ACOGs, yes.
Okay.
Depending on the unit.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. At least for us, like, I don't think we stopped using irons past the. I want to say like past the early 2000s. The C7 always comes issued with like the C79 like LCAN sight. You can still get irons on it, but at least for my limited experience in a reserve unit, it was always LCANs, no iron. We don't do irons, and you're not high speed enough for like buying your own red dots or shit like that. So,
I mean, literally, let me tell you now. Even active, like regular active duty components for like military, especially the army, they still use iron sight sometimes. It's fucking hilarious.
I mean, like sorry, you go first.
It's funny seeing people trying to crawl right.
I mean, I feel like this, from what I've heard, apparently, like, I don't know, people are, like, at least the people I know that are really good at shooting is like, oh, you have to learn to shoot on irons first because, fucking sights, or if your sight break, the crusty RSM saying something like that, I don't know. Sorry, you go first.
I just said depends on the person, man.
Yeah.
Some dudes suck at ACOGs, or some are good at iron.
That's fair. I don't know. I've only shot the C7 via like the very nice scope. Aside from like the shitty eye relief, and also the fact that like we have like backup like they're irons like terminology wise, but they're literally like plastic nubs like on like backups on the on the top of the site. And hello, Dark Claw 11. I see you're awake as well. One of my friends is tuned into the chat apparently.
Oh, word?
Yeah, we have an audience. We're doing a podcast, Dark Claw. We're just rambling about random shit. Feel free to tune in. We're just reminiscing about shit in the army.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, anyways, on the topic of the LCAN, I can't speak anymore. So yeah, we had like backup like plastic sights on the top of it, but because we're a reserve unit and all that, they were like super worn down. So like you couldn't hit shit with it. It was just like I remember like all like everyone about my master corporal and all that was like just use the fucking scope and don't even look at the irons.
Oh dude. Woo! Some people just, I don't know. Some dudes suck with irons, some suck with ACOGs. It's weird. It's like irons that I've seen, at least where I'm in the Rave Army, they're all like go iron sights. But the worst part is, whenever you go to the range, you're like, hey, does anyone have the tools to like, adjust?
Oh yeah.
And everyone's like, oh. So. Oh god, here we go. Someone give me like a bullet or something to start adjusting.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I know. What was it? At least with like if I recall correctly, the LCANs you actually needed like some kind of a flat head to like fucking jam it in to adjust for like the windage and elevate. Or okay, elevation you could do, but for windage you need an actual like flat head and all that. or like just fucking use a round. Even though like I don't know if it's the same in the American Army, but they at least said like don't ever use a live round to like fucking to adjust anything because it's unsafe. At least that's what they always told us. I don't know if it was different for you guys.
Well, they tell us that, but there's still people with it.
Okay, that sounds about Army. I see things don't change across the border.
No, not at all. You literally see it and you just look the other way. Like,
yeah. Sure. Okay. On the topic of reminiscing, so since I was artillery, did you? I had experience with like 81mm mortars. I'm curious if you had any experience with those.
81s?
Yeah.
Well, like I've seen them in live fires. I haven't seen them overseas per se. But 60s, 81s, and like 120s. I've seen all those. They're pretty good depending on how good the mortars are. But like the mortar man.
Yeah.
But like they're pretty good, in my opinion.
That's fair. Oh, okay, I thought you were gonna follow more on your opinion, because at least we're too poor. We only have 81s. But what is it? I actually the one of the more interesting things, and like this is open information. This is kind of an interesting rivalry. So like the 81s and just mortars as a whole, they used to be like under the infantry because the infantry were making good use of them. But then they moved it over to the artillery folk, being me, and among some others. And then there's this weird like not rivalry, but it's strange because essentially you have an 81mm training course for the infantry, and then you have an 81mm training course for the artillery. And while they teach some of the basics, not to rag on the infantry, the artillery one does teach more stuff that makes our fire like a little more accurate, supposedly. At least that's what we're told to make us feel special.
Well, you're right. I'm not gonna say no, because they don't teach you anything about like fire support and like fire missions and all that. You literally have to ask like the forward observers, or you literally have to look through like actual guides.
Right. Yeah, no, I just again like because it's this weird like term, because like we obviously our main job is howitzers and all that, but now it's just like, do we do mortars? Do we do not mortars? Like who's making the shots here? Although I do remember one, I think it was like not a crusty warrant, but he was ragging on the infantry for at least saying like, the mortar is an indirect fire weapon. The infantry set up their mortars in a way that they will use it when they can visibly see the enemy, which defeats the point of an indirect fire weapon.
Yes, I've seen that so many times during live fires. I'm like, wow. Like once in a while, I've seen them whenever they use like the 120s. They'll like do it from like kilometers away, and you'd be like, oh wow, they're doing their job as indirect fire.
Yeah, like that makes sense. But then when you're using like an 81, like I don't know, to hit something like within like what is it, like 300 meters I think is the minimum range. I don't remember at this point. But I mean, like, okay, if there's a hill in front of you, okay, sure. But if the guy's literally in front of you where they can touch you, maybe reconsider setting up the mortars. I also want to say, as a small-framed guy that weighs like fucking 130 pounds at best, I hate carrying ammo. I hate carrying mortar fucking ammo. Holy fucking shit, that shit sucked.
Oh yeah, a lot of live fires whenever I was shooting in Asia. They gave the mortars too many rounds, so everybody in the company had to carry at least 15 like.
Oh, yeah, like the big plastic packs, right?
Yes.
Oh fuck that! Yeah, those sucked. Oh my god.
And you'd carry with your hands too at some point. You're like,
like you have like one on your back, two in your hands, and then you got your rifle slung around you. I remember one sergeant gave me shit. Is like, if your rifle's on your back, how are you gonna respond to enemy fire? It's like, I'm carrying like fucking like I don't know how many rounds at this point. If they shoot me, I'm dead anyways, man. I'm not fucking running fast enough to hit cover.
Oh, dude, I feel you on that. I'm just like, whatever, man. I'm just carrying this shit. Just tell me when to throw it down, so you shoot it.
I was at least I don't know. At least for us, we did. So my mortar like qual exercise training thing was it was a live fire in the winter, which like okay, it kind of sucked because it was in the winter. And yeah, more specifically, kind of like marching. At least for us, we had to march with toboggans, and we had our mortar with some ammo, like loaded on the toboggan. We were gonna be pushing that, and then the rest of us still had to like fucking like what's the word? Huck it, ruck it, carry it, whatever, to the fucking wherever the mortars are being set up. And then what? And then afterwards, they were nice enough though. Like they had like one officer that was like just on like what is it? Not a jet ski, snowmobile. There you go. Jet ski. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying at this point. It's not water. I guess it's a frozen jet ski. But yeah, basically bless this fucking lieutenant. He just had like he had a snowmobile, and literally he had a toboggan behind him that was just carrying like hundreds of rounds of ammunition. He just came by to every fucking gun, unloaded ammo, and just that was his whole job, the entire fucking exercise. Bless his fucking soul. That guy was amazing.
Oh my god. I wish we could do that. They literally just tell us, they're like, hey, you're in light infantry, carry it. Like,
yes, light.
It's like my knees.
Light is me, everything on your back. Yeah, I don't envy it. In spite of the tinnitus, I appreciate my knees and back having to still being in tolerable condition.
Dude, hard head, hard boots. That's what they call it. Oh, dude. But yeah, mortars are usually like. I don't think they really know how to use them in the most like combat arms units, because like the higher ups are usually more like infantry personnel, not like artillery qualified, so they kind of just like, you know, they don't know how to fully utilize what
yeah. Oh man, I'm just trying to think of like, we had like, okay, the misfire drill. I assume it's probably the same, because honestly we fucking copy like a lot of the American drills at this point. The misfire drill for the fucking 81 is so sketchy. Like I'm not sure if you're aware of how it works.
No, actually, I haven't seen the misfire.
Okay, so basically what happens, so like in the misfire, like, you know, you drop the round down the tube and then it doesn't go off, and it's literally like, I think it's like wait like 60 seconds or something and make sure it's just like fucking like, you know, it's not gonna blow up like, you know, just like delayed. And then afterwards, so you quite literally have to you unhook the tube from the base plate. You have two guys on the tube and then one guy at the end of the tube that's literally holding his hands in front of the tube to catch the round, and the other, so they basically tilt the tube downwards so that the whoever's on the other end can catch the round, and then you just have to, you grab the round once it's out and then you just inspect it, and it's like, you know, at that point it's like nah, just give me a whole new tube, just put this shit aside, I don't want to be anywhere near it.
Oh, dude.
And yeah, actually the fucking one of the gun, the tube next to us had a misfire drill, and like we were just watching in anticipation. It's like, I really hope it doesn't go off. I really hope it doesn't go off, because obviously it fucking sucked. Thankfully, yeah, no one died, and I think it was just the bad round and all that just didn't go off when the primer struck it, or like the firing pin hit it.
You call it EOD for that, or just say?
Basically it was just I think like pretty much we just handed off to the engineers and they had their own EODs, but it's basically just, we put this aside somewhere and then for the most part it shouldn't go off, and then we just leave it there and assume it's fine, and then EOD / the engineers / salvage, whoever it is will come and pick it up. Okay, actually, okay. Sorry, I realize I'm rambling for all. Fucking this fucking exercise I remember was actually kind of funny because what is it? I cut my fucking like my pinky finger on like just I don't know. I think it was on my ruck or something like that, because like the metal frame and all that. And it's like -15 out, and just for some reason, like, it's a small cut, but it just wouldn't stop bleeding. And so I asked the sergeant, like, hey, do we have like a first aid kit in our toboggan? It's like, no, but you can go ask somebody else. And so, anyways, I go around. Turns out that there's no first. Apparently, no one just brought like the first aid kit in any of their toboggans. And so they call up the same officer who was on the fucking snowmobile and like giving us ammo and all that. And it's like, yeah, the medic's like a kilometer out. Can you give like fucking Lobster a ride out to the medic? So you can just get this fucking tiny boo-boo patched up. And so, yeah, I got a snowmobile ride, and everyone else like, what the fuck are you doing, man? It's like, I'm getting my boo-boo patched up. I didn't get a ride back. I had to run all the way back, which I think was fine. But it's like they gave me a Band-Aid, and that was it.
Oh my god, it's better safe than sorry though.
Yeah, no, I was definitely like ideally not get that. Like I was like fucking bleeding everywhere. I was like, Lobster, stop fucking bleeding on my rock. It's like it's not stopping. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time. I don't know if you have any funny stories of your own in the good old army.
Shit, dude. I don't even know. At least field-wise, like we do a lot of sketchy shit. But I mean, they do some things like my first year, the work thing. I had my wisdom teeth pulled, and they kept making me go to work even though I was high on drugs. And they told me to start fixing some foxtails, which are like those things that you throw up in the air to signal stuff for people.
Right.
And I guess I cut myself and I kept going, and then somebody freaked out and they saw a pool of blood next to me, and then I looked at my hand and it was like all the way to the muscle, and I was like, oh,
Jesus
I
fuck.
cut myself. And then the medic patched me up. He's like, you're fine, bro. Like, are you good, dude? I was like, nope, can't work.
Oh, that sounds about very, very fucking army, unfortunately.
Oh yes.
There's oh man, okay. I think on there was that one exercise. I think I mentioned the Beat Saber streamer, the Ford observers, their fucking radio died when they called for continuous fire, and we went through like 20,000 rounds worth of fucking 105. I remember that exercise being like super fucked because it was just so disorganized, and it was so, like normally at least like they tell us that we have to end fire missions at like 11 a.m. because as a reserve unit our exercises are only like a weekend long and we have like a very limited time frame to like get everything done, and so like we're supposed to finish up at 11 a.m. but I remember distinctly that like we were not done cleaning up until like 3 and we had to wake up at like 6, and so thankfully our drivers got enough sleep, but I remember just sleeping in the back of a truck in like -40, like just hunching up my fucking sleeping bag. It's like, yes, I would love to fucking die right now, and then just waking up hours later, it's like, just fucking end me. Just I don't want to be here anymore.
I was in the Arctic too. I know that.
Okay, fuck. Okay, yeah. I will say it like this. I am a summer person through and through. Fuck winter exercises. At least in a summer exercise, you can like take a nap underneath the fucking tree and it is bliss. It is peace. In the winter, you take a nap outside, you die.
Yeah, but like, come on, like everywhere I've been, the only place that was actually like good weather-wise was, you wouldn't believe it, fucking Afghanistan. That was the only place I've been.
Huh.
I went to fucking Thailand, Australia, fucking Kuwait. They're all horrible fucking weather. I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? I hate the heat. I want to be back in the cold.
You know, I think maybe at least just fucking with Canada, like half of our exercises are always in the fucking winter, and at least like so like the RD training course I did was at this Southern Ontario shithole, which is very easy to narrow down, but I'm not gonna say the name. And like I don't like I have fond like I don't know like Stockholm syndrome memories of just like, you know, taking a nap underneath the truck in like 40-degree heat and just thinking, you know what, this is nice. This is like just the bliss in between like fire missions. Like this is nice and relaxing compared to like I think every winter exercise I've been on, I've had like some form of like minor frostbite, and I've just that is just fuck. I hate frostbite, and not just because I'm a small guy and I don't generate heat. So.
Oh, dude, I feel that. Whenever you're like, I would be pulling security and exercises in -30, 20,
fuck.
and you're just like in like 10 feet of snow, and you're just like whatever, and you're like freezing, your hands are freezing. You're like, bro, I want to end my life.
There's the coolest exercise I did, like as part of a reserve unit. We got to shoot our howitzers, the Carl Gustav. I think you guys call it fucking. I think you guys just call it Gustav down there, eh?
Carl G, baby.
Yeah. God bless the Carl G. We shot Gustav. We shot fucking our howitzers. Fucking M240 for you guys. We call it the C. Anything in Canada, we just call it C something and add a number to it. So the C6 is basically the M240 for us. C9 is the M249 for you guys. And so yeah, we shot like basically every small arms outside of like some really Gucci shit in like one weekend. Really fucking cool, but it was also like the coldest fucking weekend we could have done an exercise. It was like consistently -40 all day with the wind chill. And I remember like our breakfast, like, so yeah, this is where my limited experience with MREs comes. We didn't even get MREs. They just gave us like food from like the nearby kitchen and all that. And I remember like you know what I mean when I say hay boxes, right?
Oh, dude, yes.
Okay, yeah. So, like, we got, like, piping hot breakfast from the hay boxes, and they gave me, like, this pile of bacon. The moment it touched my plate, just from how cold it was outside, the fat started coagulating, like, just on the spot. And I'm like, this nice, slimy, fatty, cold bacon breakfast.
Oh, dude, your food just, like, withers away because of the cold.
Yeah. Oh, that was great. Yeah, oh, man, that exercise was great. I remember getting into shit because fucking yeah, my hands were not having it, and I was just I was just doing very poorly with the practice drills. I did fine on the live fire drills for the Carl G, thank God. But yeah, that was oh man, that was a fun exercise. I did the M72, the Law. I assume you've probably shot it before, right? You've probably gone through it. Sorry.
I've seen a shot. I haven't really actually touched it.
Oh, okay. It's my experience was unfortunate because my fucking my hearing protection literally fell out the moment I hit the trigger.
Dude, I feel you on that. Oh my
god, it sucks. It sucks. It was definitely like the first time like where all the video games like they have that ringing in the ears experience. I'm like, oh yeah, so that's actually a thing. Cool.
Yeah, like the flashbangs and shit. Oh yeah. My.
Oh. Yeah,
dude, fuck that.
Definitely suck. I realized we literally segued from fucking like zombies to Max Brooks and then just fucking going on how like the army physically fucking sucks.
It really does. But my thing is about zombies, like I don't know why people like want zombies to always happen. It's like, is there a fascination that they think they could be the ultimate badass survivor?
I think like. Like I don't know about back then because I mean like I feel like the zombie craze has definitely kind of like died down now. Like it definitely wasn't as like as huge as it was like what is it years like what is it like I think like do you recall like DayZ by chance?
Yes, back in like 2013.
Yeah. I feel like that was kind of the peak of like the zombie survival crafting genre. And I don't, I honestly don't know if there was like I don't remember anything about like global politics during that time or just what was going on. But maybe, maybe there was a reason for that fascination. But yeah, I can see what you mean. Like, people like thinking they can be like the ultimate badass, even though I don't know, fucking playing Project Zomboids. This shit's kind of hard.
They really are.
Yeah.
Like survival games, like fucking 7 Days to Die and like DayZ, Warzy, whatever it's called now. Like that's what I hate. Sometimes I hate the crafting part of it. I'll rather play a Left 4 Dead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Left 4 Dead. Oh, fucking Valve really hit it up hard with a fucking like co-op shooter. But yeah. I don't know. Like, 'cause it's just like with the fascination of zombies. 'Cause like, where am I going with this? Oh, just curious. Did you ever? This is a slight tangent. Did you ever read World War Z as well by Max Brooks?
No. I read like transcripts from it. And I've seen the movie. Never read the book.
That's fair. I can at least say, okay. If you weren't satisfied with the movie, the book, in my opinion, is actually really good. Like at least compared to the fucking. Okay, I don't know. I also read the. I read both as a kid, so maybe my opinion is a little biased. But at least the way the book is kind of laid out, it's not an action flick. It's very like. It's almost journalistic because the perspective is quite literally a dude. I don't think it's Max. I don't think it's Max Brooks. I don't think it is. But basically, the dude is interviewing like people across the world on like how World War Z unfolded, and it's at least like in comparison to like how stuff has gone off today, and the current pandemic. It feels fairly genuine, like how everything's kind of written. I mean, like I don't know. I think in retrospect, some of the things seem a little outlandish, but then again, a lot of things have been outlandish in the past 2 years, I guess.
Everything. Fact is always more crazier than fiction.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Like it's weird how like there's this fascination of like, I think maybe people just want like a fucking, I don't want to say like a great reset or something. Oh, I realize the BGM's no longer playing. I don't know. People want like a reset and just like back to simpler times of the agrarian society or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, what the fuck? And you want that? You want the new threat to be a bunch of fucking shambling ghouls?
Just play Stardew Valley, guys. It's a much easier way that deals with less people dying.
That's why I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. It has been an hour, and I also realized the other two never did end up showing up. I hope they'll be here for next time. Do you want to call it here?
Yes, we can actually call it here.
Okay.
Sir.
Awesome. Yeah. Sorry, I realized I was probably rambling for like 70% of it. So.
Dude, it's all cool with me. Surprised they didn't show up. But they'll show up next time.
Okay. Well, then next Sunday then, and yeah, let's get her done. I will see you around Letty Villa. Thanks for everyone else tuning in.
I'll see you, Lobster. It was a fun talk with you.
Have a good one, everyone. Let's see you around. Oh yeah, I'll send you this clip after. And we.